What's up, everyone? Welcome to Classic Video Review. I am that guy. Every single day you can count on to be here on YouTube, bringing you a new video, a new movie review, and sometimes even extra. But today I have a movie that I remember watching, I don't know, probably a teenager, maybe in my early 20s. I liked it. As an adult, in my 30s, I got bored with it. So it'll be an interesting review because, man, I had a hard time paying attention to this one. And that is Tom Hanks's Ladykillers. So, gosh, this feels like it's like, this movie feels like it takes place in like the 30s or something. Because all the characters have a very old-fashioned sense to them other than like the Wayans brothers character. He's really kind of like into hip hop and stuff. That's like when they would do his scenes like on the casino boat or just him in general. It took me out of like thinking this is like in the olden days. But anyways, Tom Hanks has recruited this random group of guys. Show you guys the back of it, which I apologize. Yesterday I forgot to show you guys the back of Indiana Jones. But yeah, so there's that. And they're going to rob this boat. The casino ship, and he's figured out a way to do it by going underground. And so they stay at this old-fashioned black Christian lady's house, and he's running the room at the house, but then he tells her that he has a band, but they're a Christian band, and she does not want no part of no hip-hop group or band. He said, no, we play gospel Christian music. And so they all come over. They use the basement. They all have instruments, but they never touch them unless like she's coming on the steps. And they're holding them, making it look like it. But he's got a CD player, and he plays like classical music or whatever. But they dig a hole all the way, I don't know how far it was, but to this ship where the safe is. And they end up in some crazy stuff. Like, at one point, they have the guy, J.K. Simmons, right? I think that's his name. The guy from Spider-Man and all that. J. Jonah Jameson, he plays in it. He is the demolition expert. He actually even, at one point, tries to backstab them. When they get the money, he puts it in his bags and is about to take off, but he gets choked out by the Chinese guy. I can't think of what his name is, but he's a guy who smokes too. And the black woman, every time she goes downstairs, she like flips a cigarette in his mouth, and he just keeps in there looking at her until she leaves, and he flips it back out. And then one time she catches him. She's like, "I told you don't be smoking in my basement. I don't want that smoking." So the J.K. Simmons guy, he ends up blowing off his hand because he's like, oh, these are basically useless without being put together. You can hit it with a hammer. He hits him, bam, his hand loses some fingers. And that happened when Tom Hanks' character had gotten like tickets to some Christian worship and sent the old lady away. And she's out in the car and they're talking, and all of a sudden the ground shakes and there's smoke coming out, and Tom Hanks figures a way to convince her to leave. But anyways, she catches on. She figures out what's going on. They tell her the honest truth, and she almost falls for it. Which, by the way, I think it was like her late husband. There's a big painting of him on the wall on the mantle, and like all the time the picture changes. Like different facial reactions and stuff. For the most part, he's like looking down like that. And then there are just so many different times where the picture changes. But they had almost convinced her to agree to take the money and put it in this charity. But she's like, nope, what we're going to do, I'm going to call the police, and you're going to give the money back and go to church with me. And that's another funny part, too. I will have to say, the sheriff comes over, and she's trying to introduce him to Tom Hanks' character, but he's hiding. And there's something over there. The sheriff is convinced like the lady's losing her mind and crazy, so like Even at the end when she ends up telling him like she's got the money, this and that, he's like, you do whatever you want with it. Because they don't believe her. But anyways, the group of guys, they end up deciding they're going to have to kill the old lady. And so one by one, they each start dying, dropping like flies. Like she was just protected. Till eventually Tom Hanks gets his head hit. Oh, and that's the other thing. They dump the bodies over this like little bridge where it hits this garbage thing. But yeah, they all end up dead. She keeps the money. She gives it all to this charity. And that's it. It's Touchstone. I think that's owned by Disney. So I'd check out Disney Plus. You never know. Hulu, Disney Plus. Ladykillers, though, I gotta give it a 2.5. This was really boring. This one I had a real hard time paying attention and sitting through. When I went to go watch it, I was like, man, I'm excited to watch this because I remember it being funny. And for whatever reason, it just didn't hold up for me, years later. So, yeah, there's that. It is funny. It does have some cool parts. And if it's a movie you've never seen, give it a try. That's what I say. Give it a try. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.